Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Home Assistant 2026.4 beta is here, and this one has a feature that could generally change how we think about smart homes. We're talking about controlling your TV, your air conditioner, your soundbar, all from Home Assistant without replacing a single device. Plus smarter automations, dashboard upgrades and a lot more. Quick favor first, if you find this useful, hit like and subscribe, it really helps. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, here we go. One of the new things in this release is that it now supports infrared, and you can buy a device for it. For instance, this one, the Xiao Smart IR Mate, which is an infrared sending device. And in Home Assistant, there is now already one integration that can use it. I don't have the device yet, so it's not working here, but I can show a little bit about it. So I go to Settings, Devices and Services, and then let's say add integration. And there's the LG. And if I go to LG, there is now an LG infrared. So you can connect this device to this integration, and then you can control your LG TV. On the ESP homepage right here, there's a ready-made projects page. There you can use this infrared proxy option, select the device, connect it, and then you can flash that device to make it work. The great thing about it is that you can use this device in multiple places in your house, so you can control multiple TVs, air conditioners, etc. in your house. It's a really cool feature. The next thing is purpose-specific automation triggers and conditions, and there has been something new added to it, and that's the great thing about it, is that you can now control your devices using a more human-friendly approach. So if I go to settings, okay, close to settings, automations and scenes, and I create a new automation, adding a trigger. So for instance, I'll use the trigger, let's say motion. What I can now do is motion detected, and I can now choose for a target, for instance, areas and labels. So I can now say, if motion has been detected, let's say in the office. And now you see that there are 5 entities that it will recognize if there is motion detected. So you don't really have to select entities now anymore. You can now just say for a certain area or for a certain label. So that is really cool. It's not only for motion, it's for more things. For instance, let me see, triggers. Let's say temperature. Where's temperature? Here's temperature. So let's say if the temperature crosses a certain threshold, I can also add a target here. Let's say area. Let's say in the, well, maybe also in the office. And now you see that there is 17 entities in my office that measure the temperature. So now I can just say, if the temperature in my office is below a certain threshold, do something. So I don't really have to connect to a specific entity anymore. That is really cool. There's also a lot of new triggers added. So let's just close this one. So for instance, I'll take battery. Now you see here, if battery level change, battery level cross threshold, battery low, battery not low, battery start charging, battery stop charging. For doors, we have now door closed, door opened. For garage doors, we also have garage door closed, garage door opened. Illuminance, for illuminance, we have illuminance change, illuminance cross threshold, light cleared, light detected, etc., etc. So there's a lot of new triggers added, and that means that this new interface is getting pretty finished already. So I guess that in just a couple of new releases, this new interface will be the new interface for automations in Home Assistant. For now, it's only available through Labs. So if you don't see this, then you have to activate it by going to Settings. Oh, don't save. Going to Settings, then go to Systems, System, go to Labs, and here you can activate the purpose-specific triggers and conditions. Now, another thing that people wanted to see is the following. Let's go to Tutorial, go to 2004, let's edit this. Is that I can now add a background color to my section. Yay! So let's add, for instance, a clock here. Clock. Let's make the clock analog. No background. So display seconds. So now I have a clock here, and now I want to change the background of this section. I go to the pencil over here. I can now enable the background. I can choose a color, for instance, lime. I can change the opacity of that background, save it, and now I have a background color for my section, which is nice if you want to make a more colorful dashboard. Now the next thing is something that might change your interface a lot, and that is the new naming convention for entities. And this is a backward incompatible change. So what has been done is, if I go, for instance, to Settings and I go to Devices and Services, let's choose for an entity, all upstairs motion. I have a whole upstairs motion sensor. Let's this one, for instance. Now you see I gave it the name occupancy. And if I now go to, let's say, my tutorial dashboard, edit it. Let's add a tile card. All upstairs. Oh, motion sensor. Not sure which occupancy. Here it is. Then what you now see here, let's make it a little bit wider. Let's say it's full width. Now you see that the name that it shows is Hall Upstairs Motion Sensor Occupancy. So if I save it, you see that it's quite a large name. So I can change that name. If I go to Content, I can, for instance, remove device, and then it only says occupancy. So add device again, put it to the left. And this means that all your entities that you renamed manually might get a new name now. So it might have impact on how your dashboard looks. This might be quite annoying to change. It is backward incompatible, so you might have a problem here. Go through your dashboard and see if you have this issue. You might wonder what this will do for voice if you use voice in Home Assistant. Well, if you upgrade to 2026.4, a migration is done automatically that will use these names that you gave it manually as aliases. So let me give you an example. I'll go to, let's cancel this. Go to Settings, Devices and Services. An entity here is, I have one dinner table. This one. So I gave this entity the name dinner table, like here, manually before. But if I open this in a tile card, it will show Shelly Dimmer 2 underscore and then this ID dinner table. If I now go to the voice assistants, then you see the aliases, and you see the alias for Shelly Dimmer 2 dash ID dinner table is dinner table. So this alias has been added during the migration to Home Assistant 2026.4. This makes sure that your voice commands will continue working after you update it to 2026.4. Then, if you own a lock which supports Matter, then there's a new functionality added to add users to that lock in Home Assistant. Now, the thing is, I do have a Matter lock, so let's open it just to show you. Let's go to Matter. Then I have Ultra. Where is it? SwitchBot Ultra. Where is it? Where is it? Lock Ultra. Then there should be an interface here where I can add users. The thing is that for some reason it doesn't work for my SwitchBot Lock Ultra yet, but I can show it in the release notes, so I'll do that. And what you see here is this is a Matter lock, and there is an option here, Manage Lock. And if you go to Manage Lock, then you can add users and PIN codes and give them full access or one-time access. For some reason it's not working for my SwitchBot Lock Ultra yet. I suppose there will be an update shortly that it will work, but for now it's not working yet. And then another thing which is also very nice, let me go to tutorial here. Let's edit this. Well, let me just create a new section. I'm going to add a tile card. A tile card. I'm going to add a light dot office back left, for instance. Then you see the office back left tile card here. Now I can add features to that. If I add the feature, there was already feature light brightness, light color temperature, but now there's also light color favorites, which is really cool. Let's save it. I can do the same, for instance, for, oh, here's the tile card. Let's say cover, office cover left. Also add a feature, add feature, cover favorite positions. Save, and now you see here 0, 25%, 75% and 100%, which is quite nice. But what if you define favorites for one entity and you want to copy it to another entity? For instance, you have two lights and you want the same favorites for that light. Yeah, I know you can also create groups and you can also create scenes, but let's say for this use case, I have two lights and I want the same favorites. Then you can open the light, click on the three dots here, click on copy favorites to, and then select the other entity that you want it for instance, office back right. Copy. And now I have the same favorites for my office back right. Pretty nice. Another dashboard card that has had some changes is, let me show you here, is the Gauge card. Gauge. Let's get another card. Office temperature. Office front temperature. It looks a little bit more nice. I can also do a needle gauge. I can define its severity. For instance, green is to, let's say 10. Yellow is 15. Red is 30. Just, oh. So, this one also looks a little bit nicer than it was before. Next to that, something else is added. For instance, if I take, let's say, a vertical stack card, there's now an option in the layout that is called auto height. And that means that the vertical stack card is gets automatically height based on its content. So if I say, for instance, let's add a light, and let's add a tile card with this. I save it. Now I can set this to edit layout, auto hide or not auto hide. And you see if I do not set it to auto hide, things do not look very nice. Now let's go back and set it to auto hide. Then it automatically adapts to what is shown in the vertical stack card. So these were the main changes that I wanted to show you. There are also integrations, of course. New integrations, let's see, Autoscope, Casper Glow, chess.com, Dropbox. Oh, that's nice. Use your Dropbox account as a backup location for Home Assistant backups. That is also, so if you use Dropbox, now you can back up your Home Assistant into Dropbox. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, that's infrared. That's the thing that I already talked about. Fresh LG infrared. Open display. Oh, open display. This is for open display BLE e-paper devices. That might also be nice if you use e-paper devices. I don't use them, but anyways, it might be great. Let's see. Unify access. Manage locks, doors, and access readers with real-time status updates over the local network. Also, noteworthy improvements to existing integrations. Smart things. Fan speed control, select driving mode, cleaning type, water spray level, etc., etc. Roborock owners who has a Q10 can now integrate a vacuum. Also nice if you have that specific device. Switchbots picked up keypad vision support. That's also cool, bringing doorbell events, temper alarms, and charging sensors to your setup. I do have that keypad vision, so I might install this. Let's see, Go VBLE, Switchbot Cloud. Is there more? That's okay. Gardena Bluetooth. Well, if you have one of these devices, go through the list of integrations to see if there are changes for you. Then we also have the other noteworthy changes. Let's see. Voice clean the kitchen. We added the ability to send your vacuum to clean specific areas. That was in 2026.3. Well, it is now available. Very cool. New things, new template functions. A new template function lets you retrieve translated attribute values for entities like fan modes, HVAC, actions, and preset modes. Nice if you work with templates, and if you create your own templates. This is more for power users, I guess. And there's a new template function, entity name. That is a good one. That retrieves the display name of an entity. That's also very cool. Okay, and then of course there's the backward incompatible changes. Let's go through this. So there's the entity naming thing that I already mentioned. Little Robot. I have a Little Robot. Deprecated night light mode switch entity for Little Robot 4 devices has been removed. Okay, that's also a thing that was done in 2025.10. So if you still use it, you might get a repair. Motion blinds. There's something with tilt position that is now something changed with that. Okay, well, anyway, MQTT, Pilot, Tuya, Z-Wave. So anyway, if you use one of these integrations, go through this list before you update to not get surprised after you update it. And that is Home Assistant 2026.4. Native infrared, smarter automations, a refreshed dashboard, metal lock management, and a great set of new integrations. I'm generally excited about infrared. It makes your existing home smarter without spending a fortune on new hardware. If you enjoyed this, please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. You can sponsor me through Patreon or Ko-fi, or by becoming a member of this channel. It helps me create more Home Assistant videos for you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Now another thing that also was commented. Now another thing that was also commented commented. Now, another thing that people wanted to see is